In this video, we're going to learn how to create a news story based off a news release for the current Blinn College website and for the new Blinn College website. So this is a very unscripted video, so you'll hear a lot of ums and uhs, but let's just move forward here real quickly. So the first thing I like to do is to pull up the news release on one monitor and Dreamweaver on another monitor. For the video sessions, I have everything showing on one monitor. All right, so right now I've got the news story on my right-hand side and Dreamweaver on my left-hand side. So first thing we want to do is open up any news story within the folder of the month of the news release. So this is March the 1st. I have the folder open up under news. So it's news, and then 2018, and then March. And once you have that folder open up, you just click on any news story. Because what we're going to do, we're going to save that news story, let it bring over all the template and all that good stuff. So once I have that news story, we're going to do a file, save as, or Control-Shift-S. And the name of the file is just going to be what has always been used, even before I came aboard. And that's basically the title, all lower caps with dashes. So I'm just going to copy the title over here. 5 Blinn College District Educators. Okay, we'll hit save. All right, so here's my new web page so far. I'm going to go ahead and close out that original story. All right, so let's copy the title. We're going to copy the title into 2 places within the HTML markup. That's going to be within the head tag, or within the head and the title tag. We'll copy that and paste that sucker in. And I'm also going to place it within the H1 tag, the title tag at the very top of the page. All right, then we will copy this secondary title. And you'll notice I'm doing it within the code for these titles. Let me show you why. Because if you copy, let's say, the title here, and we just paste it in here, it's going to bring over the formatting. And if you just do it in the code, it's going to keep that code. All right. I'll go ahead and copy the date instead of typing it out. I just have this philosophy that if I keep copying and pasting stuff, if it's wrong in one area, it'll be wrong in all areas. But however, if it's right in one area, it'll be right in all areas, right? All right, now here's a little trick. You're going to copy the text, and we'll place it in here. Let me get rid of the old stuff. All right, so you see when it comes over, there's no spacing. So what I was told to do is to do Control Find or Control F, and we're going to find everything in the current document within the source code, and we want to find the break tags, and we want to replace it with a closing paragraph and open paragraph. Okay, it'll do its thing, and there we go. All right, so if you have any images, what you'll do, you'll save the image on your C drive, the root folder. Let me pull this up. You'll save the image on your C drive, and then when you input the image, you'll do it just like you would any other image. So let's say I wanted to insert an image here. I would go Insert Image, and it's going to default to the C drive, the root, Blinn College Web and Images, but it could be anywhere in here. That's just where it lands. For news stories, I put news images within the news folder under images. So there they are. So I would click this and it would pull it right in. Now when I go to upload this page, Dreamweaver asks me if I want to also upload all the files associated with the page or with the HTML markup. And I would say yes, and it would pull this image over from the C drive to the server. All right, so we got our news story there. We're going to do Control S to save it. Then I'm going to do a F8, and it should be in our root. So it's right here, and there's no check mark by it, so we haven't checked it out, and it's not locked, so it's definitely not on the server. I'm going to go ahead and check this one. Actually, I don't want this one at all because I just started with March, so I brought this over from February, so we can actually delete this. Okay, so let's highlight this, do the up arrow with the lock, that will check it in and lock it in. Say yes. Now we're going to copy over this file name because I want to go check it out. So I'll open up a browser here. So it's a news 2018 March, and then we'll paste in the file name. Sometimes it takes about 10 seconds to pull over. If you get an error like a 404 or 505 or something like that, it's because it's just still uploading. So here is our news story. I'm going to go in real fast and see if we had any. No, there's no pictures or anything. Good deal. All right, so what I do from here is I have the news story still pulled up, but I need to add it to this page. The news story page. It needs to be added here as well. So let's pull up that, and that's just the index page within the news folder. So we'll get that pulled up. And right here in the code, we have some commented out section. Just that's going to be the date, the title, and the subtitle. So we'll just copy that. It's just so you don't have to start over every time. Okay, so once again, I'm going to copy the date, because if it's wrong in one place, it's wrong in all places. If it's right in one place, it's right in all places. Copy the title. Now we'll need to also link that. So you can do it in the design view, the link. I just like to type it out. I just have that habit of doing it this way. So all you need to do is copy. You're already in the folder, the news folder, so you just need to copy the 2018 month and title. So we'll type that in real fast. Okay, and then our subtitle. Okay, so then we'll save this. F8. We'll go down to on a root side and upload to the index. Then let's go check it out over here. And there it is. Okay, now we're ready to create the same news story on the new website within Cascade. So once again, I have two windows open. We're going to open up Cascade. We're going to go to the news folder. Now this is what I do. Okay. I go into let me back up. Let me show you the hard way, and then I'll show you the easy way. Okay, what you could do is once you log in, it's going to take you to the root folder. You can click on Add Content and then News Article. You'll type in the page name, and then you're going to have to on the placement folder, you're going to have to navigate to the news folder. So you have to hit browse, then you could do a search for news, but what happens, you get a whole bunch of stuff because there's different areas of the websites that have news as part of the title or part of the folder title. And then like these, we're not sure what year they are. So you almost have to just browse to it from here, and then you got to go to all these pages and then find news and then find the month and then all that good stuff. So what you could do is, just because it's easier, is navigate over here because you just have a little bit more control. So what I do is I navigate to the news folder, navigate to the year and the month, right? Pull up that month's news. Then when you click on add content and news article, your placement folder is already set. It's just a little bit easier. So let's go back to the news story. Okay, I'm going to keep the same file name. We don't need the HTML. If you put that in there, it won't take it because there's a dot there, and it'll give you a little warning sign. Let me try it real fast. No, now it's not going to let me. It's not going to give me the warning. So let me copy the HTML. Let's see. I know it gives me a warning. Maybe it's after I save. Okay, so let's take that HTML off because it's going to populate that in there for us already. All right, for the title, you put in the title, the subtitle, or whatever you want to call this thing, the summary, a start date, it's March the 1st, and it defaults to that. Secondary heading, put that in there as well. Here is the images. Now, normally, I've never really put in a banner. Well, I can't say never. I have on some stories, but it's been very few. Let me show you what that looks like. I can't show you what it looks like because I'm not sure what stories I've been. It's been so few. Let's see. No, that's not it. You can go back and look at the history of the stories that we've done in the past to see how to insert images, but I want to show you this main content, what that looks like. So that's what this looks. So this is a news story using the main content. So the image size for main content is 800 by 400. And what it does, it'll put it below the summary and above the date. Now there's some instances where when you have multiple pictures, and it's like, I just had one pulled up. What I do there, so like this is one where I didn't use the main content. I just popped the image within the content section itself because I wanted it at the top of the page but below the date. And these pictures are a width of 400. The height can be adjusted, but the width should always be 400. That's just what we've said a long time ago. I'm trying to find one where there's multiples. Okay, I don't find one here in a second. Okay, here's multiple ones. So when you add multiple ones, again, the width is 400, the height is whatever, looks nice. And I put them within the news story here. You just have to look to see what has been done in the past to figure out how to handle images. All right, so let's go to the news story here. We'll copy this text. All right, so we're set. Now, there are no links within this story. Let me show you this one right here. Okay, so you see right here, the news story says related links. What is nice, what we do is that if there are any links in the news story, we put them within related links as well. So the user can find those links within the news story, but if they really don't want to read the news story or they come back to the news story, they don't have to look all the way through it. They can just find related links. And that's right here on the left-hand side. At the very bottom, you'll see a sidebar and you can choose related links, upcoming events, or call to action. That's where you're going to plop in a dialog box. We'll do related links, and then you would click on the choose file page or link, and you just choose the file and then give it a title. It's pretty simple. So I'm going to take that off. Okay, we'll click save and preview. This looks pretty good. We'll hit submit. And that's it. For the Cascade side, it's pretty simple. It's going to do all the work for you. So if I go to, let's see, it's not published yet. Let me go ahead and publish it real fast. So what I do is I go ahead and publish everything. So I'll send the news stories back to Richard, and he can see everything is published. Now it's going to publish in 3 different places. One is the news story itself. So you can right click and publish. Or you can also up here click publish. When you have whatever page opened, you can always click publish here. So it's going to publish in 3 places. Publish the news story. You're going to publish that month's worth of news stories. We're just publishing this up to the server, and news as well, because that'll publish at the top of the news index. So now let's go to the server, or the new website. So it's right here. It's already been published. You can see it publishes here as well. It publishes everywhere for you. It also publishes for the month. So here's February. Oh, where's March? Oh, I didn't publish. I didn't publish the archive page. That's why it's not there. All right, so that's pretty much it. I can't really think of anything else. I think the main thing is to go through. This is just the basic stuff, right? So now go through and look at what has been done in the past when it comes to images and videos and files and such, and then just regurgitate that on your news stories.